quick. This controller feels better.
Tell that nigga I can't do that. You niggas suck. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, there's no problem. Get it running behind the block, they gon' block. Roll your own offset, you block. On the left, we gon' block. Man, we some garbage. Man, we gon' cover you properly. Man, you can't beat me impossibly. Reds on this, my them niggas is playing terrible, dog. You can't even be mad at them. Like, man, these niggas ain't want to win. These niggas are collecting the check. Nigga, how LeBron don't get fouled? This nigga got slapped in the face. And I wasn't fouled. Man, I'll be... Man, these niggas, that's my asshole. What the fuck was he doing?
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL.
Referees get punched in their mouth, too. Everybody. Hey, remember Nick Van Exel beat that ref for sack, was trying to hold that nigga got loose. And I said, oh, yeah, he definitely won't be a Laker no more.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger, there on the stop.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Black 58, rail! Black 58, rail!
And here's Marshall. He spins free. He finds an opening past the 40. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Keith Marshall, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Play action. action. Now it's Carr. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
24. White.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line, Chris Jones. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This is taken at the 23. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That one goes for 24 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Get down.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We're good. Monday, down.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
808.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And they showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Left.
Now Marshall. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd down, it's Marshall. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. This is Marshall. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chief. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. This is caught. Watkins. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. And the kick by Butker is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Butker now to kick this one away. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out and some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. On first down, Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston able to get in and run him down for what'll be a loss of 15 yards.
24.
Now Carr throwing on second down. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 6 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
6-18. Down. Blue 80. Low.
Shotgun now for Carr. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Check 26. Check 26. Yo, Chief.
They do go for it. It's Carr. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Keith Marshall with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. And now here come the Raiders. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
29. Down.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Space to maneuver at the 40. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Carr. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Anthony Hitchens with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Get down. 180. White.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Green 90.
They'll run with Marshall. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Now a handoff looking right. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Keith Marshall on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. Butker now to kick this one away. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They go back to Abdullah on first. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They pitch to Abdullah. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now, Blue 80, yo, Chief.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And he's got his man. It's Darbo. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Carr now on 1st down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Monday, now, you wide 88. 24.
Carr to throw again. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Amara Darboh, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you worked on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
So we've reached halftime, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
7:34.
To throw on second down. Carr dancing to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chris Jones in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, Carr. It's complete. Abdullah. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Have it.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's a pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Throwing now is Mahomes. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Black 58, Will. Black 58.
And they'll go on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
There we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
On 3rd down, that's Marshall. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
We're good, we're good.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Now, 180. 280.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Carr had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again.
Get down, get down. 280.
They're going to try and throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Jones able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal, anything less than a touchdown would feel like a letdown to me.
And Butker able to put this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said does. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw on 2nd down. Carr. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Flushed out right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
This right, Chief. White. Low.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it?
Say forget, absolutely. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And Hill with it over the middle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And Hill running right through it. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
Calling a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it into Marshall. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations here. None of them are going to work. At the 1-yard line and coughing it up, no way.
You got to protect that thing like it's your firstborn.
Your firstborn, your secondborn,
your
anyone. It doesn't matter. Take care of the football. You're in a position to go in and score. At worst, you've given up a chance to get 3 points.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Again, it's Abdullah. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
7:34.
On third down, Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 15. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Keith Marshall, 14 yards. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 50 yards. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Hey, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just called the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Abdullah, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
36-37.
Operating from the gun. Carr. Ball had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Let's get it. That's it, baby.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. And on the ground they go with a running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football. This D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Demetrius Harris, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you got the big lead. If you're coaching Charlie, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 3rd down, that's Marshall, and he'll be well short of a 1st down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage.
They were stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
and he's taken down, a cheap sack. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McKenzie. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
One final try now for Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker.
Let's see, D block. Block for it. It's only 2 of them in there.
Yeah, that game is that game over yet?
Yeah, that Laker game, man. Yeah, man, they lost in overtime, man.
Yeah, I'm about to hit that. I'm about to get on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, I'm about to be a YouTube specialist, man. I'm tired of these cats cheesing. I'm about to get me a little cheese in. Might as well share the wealth.
Man, what you gonna be? You gonna be Sharp, Marzetta, or Kraft?
I'm using that Velveeta. That's what I'm saying.
A little point, a little soy pack.
335 Nick is supposed to be so good on YouTube.
That's it.
Man, it is.
I'm about
Man, because you can add DBs or add linebackers.
Yo, like I said, I'm about to cheat. I'm about to put in I'm about to set aside like a half an hour. Man, you know what? Oh, I forgot I sit at the desk all day. It's about to get ugly, boys. I'm just letting y'all know now. If y'all see me start getting super cheesy, y'all be like, he wasn't lying. He said it, he wasn't lying. Cause these dudes be getting cheesy and it's sad, man. Like, these cats be talking about these cats, see, you know what it is, and the one boy in the league, what's the dude, the Falcons dude? I respect him more than anybody, cause he'll come out and tell you he cheeses. He'll come out and be like, listen, hey, it's right on YouTube, you can do it yourself. So, hey, I can respect him, but some of these other cats, man, they like behind the scenes cheesers. Like, they cheese a little bit and then they mix some regular shit in there to make it look not as cheesy. But at the end of the day, if you take a pound of Velveeta and you put water in it, it's still cheese. It's just the difference between if it's solid or if it's a little watery.
I got you. I'm about to play cute. Put it up. I'm about to.